Okay. We shall begin laying down in Supta Baddha Konasana. So come to your backs. Bring the soles of your feet together. You can take hold of your elbows overhead like this. If it's too much, you can just bring the arms like this. It's probably raining where you are. It is raining where I am, and the studio has a tin roof. So the rain sounds wonderful, but I don't know how that is going to affect the sound today. We will do our best, won't we? So feet together, knees wide. Grab cushions, blankets, pillows, books, whatever you need to support the hips. And the arms are overhead. You can either, if you're opening the shoulders, hold on to the opposite elbow. Remember to uncross and recross, or you can just have them like this, or you can have them beside you. Arms up helps to open up the rib cage and the lungs and prepare the shoulders and chest. Let me know if I need to turn the music down. Begin to breathe through your nose. Either I feel good because I practiced yoga or because I had a cup of coffee, but man, I'm feeling good. All right, let's do this. If you didn't practice one of the recordings yesterday or with somebody else, you probably had a day off. So settle back in. Having a day off can be sometimes one of the best things we can do. Turn that music down a little bit. And I posted today on my personal Instagram about how I lost my yoga mojo. And sometimes that's one of the best things we can do in order to get it back and to make it come back stronger. And as you know, as many of you know, for the month of May, I'm focusing on strength in class. Upper body strength for me is where I have a potential for development. For you, it could be something else. And with a focus on mental health. And that just means us feeling really centered in our minds, aware of our thoughts, and the ability to let everything come and go without always chasing the good stuff and avoiding the not so good stuff. And the best way to find a sense of centeredness and calm is through our breathing. I don't know exactly how it works, but boy, do I know that it works. So we always, without fail, begin every yoga class by balancing our breath and by breathing through our noses. Take a big stretch. Legs long, arms overhead. Bring the knees over the hips. So you may need to start by bringing them all the way in to get the low back flat, pull the tummy in, and then draw the knees forward until you sense they're stacked over the hips. Now to stack the knees over the hips, you're going to need to use your abdominals to keep the pelvis neutral, not tilting like this. Okay? And if you can't keep it neutral and the low back flat with the knees over the hips, bring them in a little bit. Okay, so working the low back flat, the tummy in, the tailbone forward. As you breathe in, you're going to straighten out your right leg and begin to take the heel close towards the floor without lifting the low back. Exhale, bring the knee back to center. Inhale, take the left leg forward, keep the pelvis neutral, low back down. Exhale, bring it in. Alternate. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Every time you exhale, reset. Keep breathing. Once you feel you're in a nice rhythm, you can start to just alternate, like you're on the stair climber at the gym. Keep resetting. Pull the tummy in. Now start to feel a burn and a quiver. And you're going to take a break. Ooh. Up the knees in. Let me know in the chat box if it gets difficult to hear me. Okay, so by giving the abdominals a little bit of a rest, we ensure that when we return to the sequence, that we're not overstressing the lower back. So we'll just take a little twist, take the knees to the right, stretch your left arm left. As you guide the knees towards the floor, keep the right shoulder relaxed. And twist the other way. Okay, come back to center. So the foundation is the tilt of the pelvis, the tailbone scooping forward, even up a little bit. Once you get the foundation, you can start to draw the knees forward, stack them over the hips. This here is already working my abdominals. Okay, inhale, extend the left leg forward. The closer towards the floor, the stronger your abdominals work. And exhale, bring it back to center. You can start just nice and slow, really focusing on the foundation and integrity, being strong in this pose. And then you can start to just alternate like you're on a stair climber. So as you know, probably, this is probably stating the obvious, but keeping our upper body down as we just work the legs is really therapeutic for the neck, which can get tired when we do these ones. If you want to come up like this, and it's okay for your neck, sometimes I just turn my head from side to side, and you can start to come up as well. Always checking in, so you're not transferring tension into other parts of the body. And come back, take a break. Regulate the breath. Take your knees over to the left, stretch to the right. Take the knees over to the right and stretch to the left. Okay, come back to center and start to rock and roll. Have a bit of fun with it. And as you come up next, you're going to lift up, balance on the sit bones. Now, you'll start probably with a rounded spine. You're slowly going to flatten out the back body and lift the chest and maybe bring the arms forward. Breathe here. Keep pulling the tummy in. Keep working the back flat. One more breath in. And then just cross your legs. Come to sitting. Close your eyes. Bring your hands to the center of the chest. Feel the heartbeat. And then we're going to make our way all the way up. So we'll be standing up on the knees. Now I tend to have a bit of a sway back, okay? Used to be more like this before I started practicing yoga. So if you've got a little bit of a forward tilt of the pelvis, that's fine. But we want to work the front of the pelvis up. Again, this works the abdominals and the sacrum down. Bring your hands to your sacrum. Start to lift the body up. Lengthen the back of the body. Inhale, and then lean back. Ustrasana. So early in the piece, before we're really warm, you don't want to force a back bend. But if you are a little more flexible, you can reach for the heels. Always check in if you can breathe evenly, you're not over-efforting. And if you're really anchored in the body and really aware, then you're probably not being complacent. Slowly come up to come out of the back bend, and let's come into downward facing dog. Spread the fingers wide, hastas. Lift your hips up and stretch back. Neck is straight. Breath is even. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, bring your feet forward to your hands. Inhale, lengthen spine, flatten back. Exhale, fold into the legs. Inhale, rise to stand. Reach your arms up and overhead. Exhale, bring your hands to your heart center. Let's take a moment here. I forgot to do this while we were seated. If you have a specific intention for today's class, a specific intention for the month of May, or if you are in on my intention, which is to build strength and to stick with that goal, be aware of it, be conscious of it now, as we set our intention and devote the energy of this class towards that goal. Raise the arms overhead, inhale. Hinge at the hips, fold forward, exhale. Gaze forward, inhale. Step to the top of a push-up, exhale. I've done my 25 push-ups today, so I'm not going to do wide arms ones, but if you are working on that, remember, you've always got the option to do a push-up with wide arms and then come up again, skipping the regular vinyasa. Otherwise, level one, our knees come down and we lower to the floor, exhale, chaturanga. Bhujangasana, our elbows are bent, the shoulder blades slide down the back. Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Catch your breath. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, bring your feet forward to your hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, deep fold. Inhale, rise to stand. Exhale, bring your hands to your heart center. Inhale, raise your arms overhead. Exhale, fold forward over your legs. Inhale, come halfway up. Exhale, step to the top of a push-up. If you want to try level 1 on the breath in, you're going to keep the knees lifted. Rock forward and lower to the floor, chaturanga. Excuse me, this is the level 2 variation. Rising to up dog, the hands are a little further back, that's why we rock forward, and you lift the thighs. Oh yeah, exhale, downward facing dog. Smooth out the breath. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, bring your feet forward to your hands. Bring your big toes a little bit closer than the insides of the heels. Halfway lift, inhale. Fold into the legs, exhale. Bend your knees, sink your hips, and come up to chair pose. I'm going to come a little bit on an angle so that you can see me. And think of the toes in alignment, the kneecaps in alignment, the hips sinking down. The lower the hips, the stronger the thighs and abdominals work. Steady gaze. Now drop the shoulders and you'll feel the chest remain open. Take a moment here. Shift the weight to the right foot. Keep the big toe pressing down on the arch lifted. Exhale, pick your left foot up off the floor. Okay, so we want to keep that arch lifted because that's going to keep the knee safe. If you feel like it's putting pressure on the knee, just keep the big toes of the left foot down. Otherwise, pick it up. Be strong. Inhale, come to stand. Interlace your fingers behind your back and take a nice big stretch. Exhale. Big breath in here, lift your chest. And then fold over the legs, bring the arms overhead. Take a few moments here. Inhale, come to your halfway lift. As you breathe out, you're going to step your left foot back, lower to the knee. And as you inhale, raise the arms overhead. Slide the hips forward, lift the body up, and lean back without tensing the shoulders. Breathe here. Take a big breath in, start to lean back, and make a circle as big as you can with those arms. So you're really stretching the shoulders. As you breathe out, you're going to take the right hand to the left thigh. And as you inhale, you're going to raise your left arm to the ceiling, leaning back. Keep breathing. Big breath in. Exhale, bring the left hand down. Walk your right toes open. And then inhale, reach the right arm behind you. So sink deep into the right knee. You can stay here, or you can reach for the back foot. Remember, if you have a strap or something, you can use it around that foot to bring the foot a little closer to you. And then you're going to lean back all the way, looking up towards the ceiling. Press, so kick the foot away from the body. Lean back as far as you can go. Breathe. So if you want to move into some level 2 options, going a little bit deeper into your flexibility, you can bring the left forearm down and continue to lean back. If you're still feeling good, you can start to turn towards the floor and start to take your head down. So I'm in a level 2 variation now. You certainly don't want to force anything that your body's not ready for. Take it down, come up, inhale, lean back. And then exhale, bring the right hand inside the right foot. Tuck your back toes, lift your back knee, turn your toes towards the left side of the mat. Coming into a wide leg fold. So you'll see my feet are slightly rolled inwards and I'm folding down between the legs. Now if you're tight, bring the feet closer together. If you're open, bring them wider apart. And then just fold down between the legs. Come into your halfway lift, inhale. And then walk your hands towards the left foot, holding onto that foot with both hands. So I always like to bring my left hand to my sacrum to see that I'm not collapsing the right side too much. And then start to straighten the right arm, lean away from the left leg, lengthen the crown towards, away from the tailbone, and reach the left arm up, coming into a nice deep twist. Breathe. One more breath in. And then travel to the front of your mat. Exhale, turn the right toes forward, plant your palms, step to plank, inhale. Lower chaturanga, here's level 1 option. Exhale. Into cobra, inhale, bent elbow. Into downward facing dog, exhale. Take breath in. Exhale, bring your feet forward to your hands. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise, bend your knees. Fierce pose, knees are bent. There we go. That was my bad. Think nice and deep. Shift the weight to the left foot. Big toe down, arch lifted. Exhale, pick the right foot up. Okay? So we're here. This is really strong in this leg. Stabilize the knee so the knee will get stronger. And if you need more support, just bring the toes to the floor. You might notice your knee roll in. That's keeping the arch lifted. So it also strengthens the ankle. Inhale, come to stand. Ooh. Exhale, interlace your fingers behind your back. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, fold forward. Oh yeah. Over the legs. You tell I'm enjoying this. Take a moment here. Release the arms, come halfway up, inhale. Step your right foot back and lower to the knee. Exhale. Raise your arms up, inhale, start to lean back. Okay, if you're not that tight in the front of the body, and you're not, and you don't have a lot of mobility in your spine, this is going to hurt if you force it. Okay, so you don't want to feel that the bones in the back of the body are compressing down into one another. You want to lift, lengthen. The strength, the tightness actually supports you a little bit as you move into the back bend. Take a deep breath in here. Take the circle as big as it will go. Exhale. Take your left hand to your right thigh. Inhale, raise your right arm up. Breathe. Big breath in. Exhale, bring the hands inside the left foot. Walk halfway down your mat towards your right foot. This is not a great angle for me. I'm going to turn around a little bit. Have a little grip on the carpet there and fold. Woo. Catch your breath. Come halfway up, inhale. Walk your hands to your right foot, exhale. Thank you, Mark. I completely forgot. We'll do it on the way back. I forgot a sequence. We'll stay in the wide leg fold. And then we'll come back to the leg grab. Inhale, come halfway up. Remember, you can bring your feet closer together if you need. And then exhale, walk towards your right foot and hold on to that leg with both hands. You can keep the sacrum level. Now straighten your left arm, elongate the crown away from the tailbone, and raise your right arm to the ceiling. Breathe. Find that moment of balance. Find a sense of ease and work hard. Inhale. Exhale, travel to the front of the mat, so back towards the left foot. Take the right knee down. Inhale, circle your left arm behind you as you walk your left toes out. So this is what I forgot to do before. Mark was very kind to remind me. Okay, so here is fine. Sinking deep into this knee, sinking the hips deep. We've got back bend going on. If you want more, hold on to the back foot. And lean back, opening the chest, the shoulder. So moving towards level 2 options. You can come down to the right forearm. If you still feel like there's space to move it into, you can start to bring your forehead down towards the floor. And coming up, if you're down, resetting to the front of the mat, plant your palms, tuck your back toes, inhale, step to plank. I'm going to demonstrate a level 2 option. Okay, so in level 2, we rock forward to lower, and that's where the wrists are under the elbows, not under the shoulders, so that we can transition into up dog, lifting, straightening the arms, and lifting your thighs. And then roll back to down dog. Take a moment here. See how you're all going. Yes. Beautiful. So good to see my crew. Okay, so you know what's coming. We put it now into a Vinyasa Flow. So why don't you just come down to Child's Pose for a moment to develop a wave of breath, a wave of energy. Now, everything is energy, you know that. And we can use excess energy when we feel something strongly, a desire, a repulsion, a regret, anger, all these negative emotions, as well as an overwhelming sense of positive emotions. This is fuel that can move us through life. It can move us towards a goal. It can move us towards the flow. The music, when it feels good, you know it moves you. For me, I've channeled every challenge, every negative emotion that I've had into my yoga practice and achieved positive things with my body, with my mind, with my life. And as we breathe, we feel that. So channel whatever it is that you're feeling into the flow. Find a track that you like on the playlist and crank it up if you like, or take it down if you want to be calm. Feel what you feel, a desire, a regret, elation, boredom, and let it move you through this practice towards your goal. Breathe here. Let's see if I can find some music for me. Make your way to down dog. Hoping that you can't hear my music. Inhale. Exhale, feet to hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Bend your knees, sink your hips, rise, Utkatasana. Inhale. Take your left heel or your left foot up off the floor. Exhale. You're going to come to stand, reach the arms overhead. Inhale. Interlace your fingers behind your back. Exhale. Press the knuckles down, lift the chest up. Inhale. Fold over your legs. Exhale. Release the hands, come halfway up. Inhale. Step your left foot back. Exhale, lower to the knee. Raise your arms forward and up. Inhale. Lean back. Circle the arms. Exhale. Take your right hand to your left thigh. Reach your left arm up. Inhale. Lean back. Bring the left hand inside the front foot. Exhale. Walk your right toes open as you circle right arm behind you. Inhale. Option to tap the back foot. Exhale. Take the foot down. Tuck the toes. Travel away from the front foot into a wide leg fold. Yes. Halfway lift. Inhale. Walk your hands to the left foot. Exhale. Lengthen and raise your left arm. Inhale. Return to the front of your mat. Exhale. Plant your palms. Step to plank. Inhale. Here's level 1 if you're unsure. Chaturanga. Exhale. Bhujangasana. Bend elbows. Inhale. Ardha Mukha Svanasana. Downward dog. Exhale. Beautiful. Inhale. Feet to hands. Exhale. Halfway lift. Inhale. Fold. Exhale. Bend your knees. Rise. Inhale. Pick up your right heel or maybe your right foot. Exhale. Stable on the left. Stand up. Reach up. Stand tall. Inhale. Interlace fingers behind your back. Exhale. Lift your chest. Inhale. Fold forward. Exhale. Yep. Halfway lift. Inhale. Right foot steps. Exhale. Lower to the knee. Reach the arms forward and up. Inhale. The biggest circle that you can make. Exhale. Left hand to back thigh. Raise your right arm. Inhale. Bring it inside the left foot. Exhale. Walk left foot left. Circle left arm behind you. Inhale. Option to tap the foot. Walk away from the front foot as you tuck the back toes. Wide leg fold. Exhale. Halfway lift. Inhale. Hold on to your right foot. Exhale. Lengthen and raise the right arm. Inhale. Travel to the front of your mat. Exhale. Plank. Inhale. I'm demonstrating level 2. Chaturanga. Exhale. Upward dog. Inhale. Downward dog. Exhale. Ooh, beautiful. Take a deep, full breath in. Come to kneeling or child's pose, whichever suits you. And just allow yourself to feel where the practice has brought you. Okay, 5 wide-armed push-ups. So I'm going to do them on my knees. You are welcome to take a level 2 option and do them off the knees. So chaturanga, we do the arms in, and this works the triceps. Regular push-ups works the chest, and maybe a little bit into the biceps. Okay, now if you really find this difficult, leave your body in a right angle like this, and you can just come down like this, as long as you don't compress the low back, keep the tummy in. Otherwise, we want to keep a nice straight line from the legs to the crown. Your butt might stick out a little bit. Okay, elbows are wide, and then away you go. 1. And then come back to kneeling. You might feel the heartbeat a little faster. Give it time to settle. So with our awareness on mental health this month, which is simply us being resilient, balanced, and in fact, the more healthy we are in the body and in the mind, the more willing we are able to move either side of what we consider the right way to be. So it's not always about feeling happy, it's not always about feeling positive, which was probably the biggest mistake that I made when I was having regular panic attacks about a decade ago now, is to feel what you're feeling and allow it to move through you. And we can use our practice, our goals, our dreams and desires as a way to feel what we're feeling and channel it into something positive, to move along that trajectory into something positive. If you're feeling amazing, fantastic. You don't need this advice. If you're not feeling amazing, I think it's good advice. It certainly worked for me. Okay. You're going to pick your hips up and take them to the right of the feet. If you're kneeling, if you're in child's pose, you're going to come to kneeling. You can't see because I've got black pants on today. Should I? No, you still can't see. Okay, and you can take your blanket, if you're lopsided, and take your feet off the blanket and your hips to the blanket. Reach your right arm up and over as you lean to the left. So you're leaning in the direction of the feet. Exhale, come up and bring your left foot outside your right knee. Raise your right arm, sit up tall, inhale, and twist to the left, exhale. Gently unwind and twist the other way, drop your head. And then come up through center, bring the left foot back to join the right foot, and then scoot those feet underneath you as you take your hips to the left. Remember your blanket if you need it. Reach the left arm up and over to the right. Exhale, come up and bring your right foot all the way around to the left. Inhale, raise your left arms, you sit tall. Exhale, twist to the right. Gently unwind and place your right knee on top of your left. So slide your left knee underneath. Some of you, this is going to be super intense. Sit on this. If you want more, melt your body over your knees. So for those of you who did not get the newsletter or who have not yet been informed in any way, we are now down to 4 online classes a week, Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Saturdays, which will be the level 3 timetable, or 1 hour in length. So if you didn't get the newsletter and you want to get it, let me know after class. I can sign you up and forward that on. But this is the official week, first week of our new timetable. Alrighty, come up. And you're going to bring your hands to the left. Come to the balls of the feet, lift your butt up and walk your hands to the back of your mat. Just take a moment here. And you're going to continue to travel to the left. Pivot the toes to the left. Spin them all the way to the front of the mat. Sit down and your left knee will be on top. If it didn't work out that way, pop your left knee on top of your right. If you want to fold forward, fold forward. slowly come up and make your way, or well, why don't we release our legs before we make our way anywhere. And then come to lay down. Okay, you're going to take something that you can elevate your hips with, and place it underneath your sacrum so that your hips are elevated, so they're stable, and take your legs up into the air. You may like to take your arms up as well. Now leave your hips on whatever they're on. Bring your feet down. And just pause here with the hips elevated. You may need to stay here. Some of you may need to draw that prop a little lower. Some of you can straighten out the legs and take the arms overhead. Bring your feet to the mat. Bring your arms down. And remove the prop from underneath you. Bring your knees into your chest. Take the knees to the right. Switch your left arm left. And switch sides. And come to rest. Start to wake up. Stretching and moving. When you're ready, roll over to one side and make your way up. I'm going to come a little closer because it is loud out there today. So settle into your seat. Just to let the absorption of everything that we've done today be absorbed into our bodies and our minds. So we receive a lot of knowledge in yoga. We receive a lot of potential, and we feel exactly what's inside of our body, which is one of the healthiest things we can do, is to allow what is there to be and to move and to be felt fully. It is in the letting go of it, in the surrender, in the getting on with our day and our lives, that what is meant to be starts to become a part of us, and knowledge turns into wisdom, and the things that we receive, that potential, turns into embodiment, and we start to live the things that we are learning. And that is when the real good stuff begins to occur, and that is when we begin to transform. And once it sinks in that way, it can't be taken away from us, and we become really solid and really powerful. So in these final moments, they're quite important to just sit and soften and know that what is meant for us will remain, and what is not meant for us quite yet will not, and that all is well. So bring your palms back to your heart center, and remember the energy that you used today to channel into that thing that you are dedicated to, that you are working towards, that you desire, that if you feel it, you already possess inside. You are just allowing it to become something that you can feel and touch and see in your life. Be grateful for this energy, whether it feels good or whether it does not, and know that that's what it is. It's a currency for us to use. We're all made up of this energy, and in this place, we are united and connected as one. Thank you for joining me today. Namaste. Thanks, everyone. I hope it is noisy out there. Someone's mowing the lawn, so I hope it wasn't too noisy for you guys.
No, it's great. Yeah.
Have a fabulous Monday.
Thank you.
I'll see most of you tomorrow, I'm sure. I think it's Yin tomorrow. Have a good one.
Bye. Bye.
Thank you.
See you soon.
Bye.
All the little boxes slowly disappear. And then there were 6. Christine asked me, I actually don't know. I think I'm a 4 in Lululemon. This one's super tight. This is either a 2, and at first I was like, oh no, I've bought it too tight, or it's a 4 because I've taken the tag off. I'm pretty sure it's a 4.
Okay.
Yeah, you're getting it online, are you?
Yeah.
It's such a nice one. I had a black one as well, and you can actually, if you've got high-waisted jeans or pants, I've even worn it underneath like a blazer or something, so they double up. Goodbye.
Thank you.
All right, see ya. Thanks, Gabrielle and Roger. Good to see you both again.
Bye.
See you later. Have a good one. See you tomorrow.